Hey Brendan and any of the CG team watching this. This is my Fox versus TSM VOD review. It's pretty straightforward. Hopefully, I get everything across that should exist. I'm gonna cover what the game should look like for both teams going to draft, and then also covering different specific aspects of the game as the game goes on. Um, Early on in the draft, you want to see one thing from Fox and one thing from TSM. Fox's focus is to help target mid and force a winning jungle matchup, which is very easy because Dardoch is very aggressive and can typically outpace Grig and outpath Grig and help his top side more than Grig can help his top side. And bot lanes are typically playing to scale. Sven and Mythi are known as scaling players. That's how they've been pretty much their entire existence. Demonte needs to get a even or close to even mid matchup, and you want to take as many power picks away from Bjergsen as possible. So you're already seeing it on your screen Akali, but you're going to see Akali, probably LeBlanc, and probably other specific picks, whether it's Syndra or Azir. Actually, no, I wouldn't even pick Azir. But bans at Bjergsen to help nullify his effect and to nullify his early game. His early game presence is the only thing that will save TSM because TSM has an abysmal early game and typically needs to have a winning mid matchup so he can help cover for his jungle. He will probably pick earlier in the draft than Hanser, as Hanser will likely want a counter pick. I don't see Hanser playing much of the Scion, even though he probably should. He will probably want to play Poppy, even though he should, because Huni is a good split push player, and in 1-4 and 1-3-1 has screwed TSM over constantly. And now TSM on the other side, I already mentioned what they have to do. Again, they want to target a jungle matchup. They want to pick later for Hanser so that they can counterpick Huni. They're on red side. That's their main strength from that. And then they also want, again, an early scaling matchup for Bjergsen and see how much force they can get out of him. Sven and Mythi are going to scale no matter what. Probably going to put Mythi on Initiator. Same thing with Smoothie. That's about it. So, as you see here, you have a lot of the ideas that exist for TSM and Fox now. TSM's main power picks are the Irelia to provide them with some early game. It's an Irelia mid. Now you have Gnar top, which is going to counter the Cho'Gath. And then you also have Kai'Sa, which is going to scale as the game goes on, with Shen being able to go around the map and help try and stop Fox's macro play moves that they are pretty known for, especially against TSM. Dardoch picks Poppy, which I don't 100% agree with, but I guess it's to stop Irelia's effect on Fox as a team. Their main plays are through the bot lane and through mid. They don't expect top to win, but Huni should be able to do well because Hanser has been fairly mediocre, lackluster this split. And throughout the game, this is the focus. So Poppy's going to want to probably be able to stop Gnar from being able to push because Gnar won't necessarily be able to properly and easily because he is not safe in that lane. His E will not jump through Poppy's W, which blocks all dashes and hops. And then you would be able to start scaling Huni over Gnar. Now, he also can cover for Demonte in the mid lane in the Rise versus Irelia matchup, where Irelia will never be able to dash in, again, because of that W. And they really want to protect their bot side. They have a Tahm Kench for the Draven, and there's no real threat in a Kai'Sa Shen lane. Draven should very easily win early. There should be very little pressure. And if Smoothie wants to go the Korean strat, he could go Halo Blades here. Anytime that Mythi would ever think about taunting in, he gets instant 3 stack due to the extra 70% attack speed that you'd get. So that's the plan for Fox. And for TSM, obviously Grig wants to be playing around protecting his top side from the Poppy, but most likely to help force mid. What's going to happen is very simply they synergize very well. They win the 2v2 as long as they play it correctly. If Bjergsen's already on one of either Huni or I keep saying Huni, if he's on Rise or the Poppy in melee range, they should be able to stack very quickly. And even though they will cycle a Q, the issue is that they have two dashes, one on Sejuani and one on Irelia. And Bjergsen will likely bait it out and be able to gain lane pressure that way. Although Rise will have push at certain points throughout the game, especially in levels 1, 2, and possibly 3. Alright. Alright, so as I said, they want to play towards their top sides. They start on their bot sides, and they are primarily going to full clear, I believe. The call from Fox is very simple. They just want to push out their lanes, help allow bot lane to get pressured. So if Dardoch pressures top and Grig decides to respond because he might have to, or else his top's losing, that means his bot will have more freedom to, I would say, assault Sven and Mythia in the bot lane. Now TSM, he wants to obviously cover his top side as well, but I don't really believe that he will be able to affect bot side that much early on, being that it is like a very non-synergistic bot lane for Sejuani to gank. Yeah, so I don't even know. I didn't watch most of these games. So what happens here, Dardoch goes for Scuttle on top. Grig is going to pressure top side. Demonte has pushed in mid, levels 1 through 3, as I said, because it's a melee range matchup. And what happens is now you have Poppy walking in to the top side through ward, doesn't even care, because Haunter cannot hop out. He can't do anything, and he's likely going to die. Meanwhile, bot lane's pressuring very well. Alright, that was close, but I don't think it's going to have any detrimental effects because now Huni has no flash as well. Pressure, take Krugs away. So, as I said, they're going to pressure top lane, get Krugs. Now the issue is that the wave bounced mid because Demonte was able to push in again because he had early push, and bot lane has priority, especially after that early engage. Now what's going to happen is Smoothie roams in and helps kill, although it would just be pressure against Bjergsen. And this is the issue with the lanes that they set up in the early game that they didn't allow themselves to have. And because Grig went to cover topside, he wasn't able to help bot side in the early engage. And then in addition to that, he wouldn't have had any effect on the top side, but he still lost his Krugs, which is fine. And then he recalls because he has to, and now mid lane's able to get roamed on, which is not proper communication from TSM side. And again, this is very problematic for TSM as a whole. So they get a kill here. Alright, let's look at the state of the map here. You have winning lane top by, about ATS. That's how it kind of goes early, especially with the burn flashes and burn TPs. Now the issue probably will be that Fox just needs to continuously slowly win their lanes, and they need to stop Bjergsen from having any effect on the game. However that will happen, I'm not really sure. But yeah, Fox is comfortable with the way the game is going now. They have a very solid early lead. They have early CS leads in every single lane. They do have an early kill, and they can pressure for an early tower likely. Except for that happens. What happens here? Okay, they go for dragon. Alright, that's just dumb. There's nothing to review here. Huni doesn't have TP. They go in 4v5. When Gnar has wallop and isn't cancelled, so this engage is done. Aurelia is able to do everything because there's no block there, and that's a botch engage. Now TSM's free to do whatever they want. Sven's able to rotate around the map if he wants because his tower is very low, and TSM's gonna make the call to swap lanes and target Huni, right? He doesn't have his TP yet, and he's still pushing the top lane. If they're able to do so, they can kill him and hopefully get a trade on towers and then possibly Rift Herald. There's no dragon on the map, and they already have Ocean Drake anyway. Alright, they kill him. They're going to trade towers. Call Fox is obviously push bot. Keep pushing another wave in. Alright. That's not bad. They have to stop Bjergsen from being able to come in. Sven's so behind. So, I mean, in terms of items, like he's like taking forever. Actually, he doesn't even get the tower. He doesn't get the tower, and they're trading 2 for a Rift Herald, which can be used to break mid though. So they get Rift Herald. They're going to use it to break mid as much as possible. They do have all the members they probably need. No, they don't. Sven's up top. Nora is going to push out bot. Once they push lanes, it's going to be post reset from Fox. Fox's call is probably going to be match lanes. And then they already got the money towers down bot. And they will likely just want to stop the Rift Herald from being able to be effectively used mid and try to, again, they have the lead in terms of gold. They want to use their advantage. They have a stronger AD at this point in the game. Alright, Demonte forces a push out in the wave. Lost goes top. Yep. They fucked up. But, oh, they realm warp mid, and that's not terrible. It's actually not bad. Realm warp and ult used, they stop the mid push from being successful, able to collect waves. When he gets a huge wave bot, it's pretty big for them. Alright, push out waves consistently. Again, remember that right now Fox is stronger when he dies, but I'm not gonna look at that. He needed to probably got played on the wave. Fox right now need to be able to get Huni to a good item point where he can face Haunter in the lane. Haunter's 302 is going to be able to constantly outpush him. Fox needs to be able to cover for that weakness, and he has no flash. They're able to definitely make a play on him with the right people around. They do have tower advantage. They typically will have priority advantage in every single lane except for the Cho'Gath lane. Yeah, they don't have any objectives to take right now, so they just need to force vision, try to force play, but they won't be able to, especially with Cho'Gath being dead. TSM is fine with this though, because they're scaling. They literally have nothing to worry about. They're down 4 towers to 0 and they have nothing to worry about. Alright, Fox wants to play around Drake. They do have a Cho'Gath. We're gonna get Drake. We're gonna push up bot. TSM's gonna get 2 towers for Drake, which is fine. Not really fine, but it's okay. I don't like that. He fast pushed the wave. I don't think they're gonna get this, are they? Oh, they are. Wow. Alright, so Fox makes the aggressive play. Smart, but again, they're playing off the wave that they have advantage on. They want to be able to set up for Baron soon. And TSM, again, they just need to be able to get people scaling. Sven's on 1.5 items. Irelia is on 1 item. I really don't like Tom Kench here. Doesn't give them any advantage. They have 0 initiate outside of Poppy flashing in or Wing E in with the flank. It's not very good for them. Like, yes, you can save somebody, but I don't know how important that is right now. You can save one person against a Gnar, Aurelia. Alright, when he gets targeted. And there's nothing for Fox. What, like, that's a bad call from Huni, but, like, he shouldn't be in that lane with that risk. Yeah, he shouldn't. There's no reason. Baron's coming up in 30 seconds. They have advantage. They have Mountain Drake. They should be making a call that we should play safe. And although you probably won't be able to get the full wave, you're fine because you get to get the Baron sooner because you have a double tank composition when the Cho'Gath isn't there. Like, they would be able to tease around Baron at this point, I believe, but they're not making that call. They need to be thinking forward, and you know, who knew was sick, but doesn't really matter. Like, Fox needs to be making the right calls to snowball this game further and not let TSM farm in any way, because TSM farming will outscale Fox throughout the entire game. Now they can't cover Baron because they had lots of tempo. This is the play that should have happened 2 minutes ago, but it doesn't matter. Get Baron. Leave. Alright. That's exactly the play. Trade Baron for Infernal. Pressure towers. Use some bolts for the wave. Lose a player, lose an inhibitor. You see, like, TSM doesn't have any pace in this game. No. Just I say that. So yeah, TSM made the okay play here. Fox made the bad play, but again, Fox's comms need to be cleaner. They need to play more properly on the wave. Yes, you can play really fast, but you're going to put yourself in more risky positions, especially with, you know, lower health, and they have a respawn coming up on a Shen. It's pretty risky, but TSM capitalize for free. Like, okay, they get Grig, and then here, yeah, they split themselves off and then basically cut off their own head. And at this point, it's mid inhib, which is not enough. They needed a top as well. Haunter's able to split push again, and now TSM resorts to their plan. And except the thing is that Sven almost has death cap, and what happens now? The second Sven gets death cap, TSM wants to team fight 100% because they'll be able to help facilitate damage from Irelia and from the Kai'Sa, and Gnar's gonna be on 2 items and a half at that point, I think, because he's gonna recall soon after getting his tower. You're gonna have pressure. They're gonna have tempo on a fight. He'll be able to Mega Gnar, TP on a play. They have both TPs up, whereas when he only has one, Realm Warp will necessarily be sufficient. I do believe that TSM will win any team fight that they play at this point because they are technically scaled as long as they play it correctly. Get tower. Get Drake. Yeah, I don't even know how this happened. Yeah, there's no winning for TSM at this point. Actually, that was pretty bad. For the most part, they can't win because of the team fight strength. They have triple carry against double, and Tony's so far behind, and Bjergsen's pretty good. So Baron, this game's over. But like, Fox should be thinking like, okay, we should get picks, but they're not gonna. For the most part, they're not gonna do some wins. Or not. They get double inhib. Alright, this is actually the right place. And Ard split push, threaten end. Oh no. too slow. Well, doesn't matter. Still win team fights. Because triple Drake against one Infernal. One Drake. In game. Alright. That's game one. I don't think there's anything special. The exact things that I said should be played around happen. Fox weren't able to scale fast enough. They didn't have enough initiate on their team because they had a Tom Kench, which they should change. If they had, let's say, like All-Star, Braum you can play, but anything else, I think it'd been fine. Like if they had Leona, it'd been fine. But like, cause Tom Kench didn't do enough for them. Not with a Poppy. I think that Poppy was fine as a pick. I think they just needed more initiate, and if not more initiate, more Tom Kench plays they would have been able to play off of. Alright, let's look at this. Same exact draft, basically, from both sides. TSM bans Tom Kench. I don't know why. I guess it's because to cover for the Draven lane, but the problem is that Tom Kench I don't think was the problem. 3 top lane bans and a Morgana ban, and then TSM Bo5 single tank composition against double tank composition, but Kindred's gonna win early against Trundle. Demonte and Dardoch will win 2v2. TSM wins topside again. It's gonna be split push, but looking at how split push worked from the last game, it honestly wasn't the reason they won. And again, Kai's at a scale. Fox again, early priority in bot lane, early priority in mid because they have a winning 2v2 matchup, and TSM will lose that matchup. Bjergsen's gonna have to try and cover for his topside jungle, and Fox is gonna target TSM's topside jungle. Why? Because they will be able to target and stop Haunter from being able to push out easily. That's it. Same game plan, same everything. Just one or two different champions that honestly do a lot of the same thing. But yeah, so the TSM won that first game. Yeah, bot side start from Kindred. Grig decides to start top side this time. He wants to be able to help his bot side out. That's a call from TSM because last time they botched the level 2 engage, and now that Smoothie's on All-Star, it's going to be way harder for them to play it out. Alright, shove in. Dardoch respects. I mean, Dardoch probably calls out. The bot lane's there. I mean, Trundle's bot lane, so that's why they're not pushing out as hard. Grig with the early gank, but Kindred is off. She doesn't even need to come. He makes the play, but if they continue that 2v2, it doesn't work out. Early lead starting and bot side. Hooney went Meteor for lane. It's actually pretty good. So it actually doesn't lose that early. Yeah, like this game's going exactly the same. Just the early flasher flash doesn't happen top lane, but the problem is that Kindred is going to scale earlier than Trundle will, and will be able to do more in fights. And because Smoothie's on engage, they have the double tank composition they need, and are able to definitely do a lot more. Spot lane about to die. I was close. I was close to being correct. But yeah, like it's pretty clear what the motive is. Again, Fox just needs to help their winning lane win, cover against Trundle, Shadow Trundle, and then you're gonna outfarm him very early on, and then be fine. He's not outfarming him now, but you'll see. But yeah, Huni's actually playing his matchup pretty well. He's done 9 CS, so Fox pretty much had this game in the bag. As long as Devontae doesn't int pretty hard, he's good. Oh well, he doesn't go for it because mid is priority. Sad. Unlucko. But yeah, he should try and pressure mid, but mid was lower health at the time, I think. Yeah, they could go for Drake here. Alright, they're gonna go for a 3v3. They know Greek's gonna come down bot. And no, I don't really think that's a good thing for them. I don't think that's what they need, unless he starts getting Drake. You have the attack speed. Yeah, there you go. Goes for Drake. This time TSM won't be able to 1v5 kill him. Who goes for Grig? Goes for that. Okay. He gets stopped. Turns out Grig is the worst player early on. Alright. Ooh. Bot lane auto win. Alright. Yeah, this bot lane's so good for Fox. Like, they've gone first tower twice in 2 games with like barely any help. All it was the counter attack, counter engage on Trundle. So yeah, this is actually huge for Fox. They're actually really strong here. Kindred's gonna be really strong. Ryzel's gonna be strong, but Syndra's also gonna be strong on the other side. TSM needs to be able to come for their bot lane, but they can't. They don't have a comp that allows them to do so, and again, they will lose a 3v3, and in a 4v4, it's also pretty risky. Yeah. Oh, I look like I'm balding in this. Alright, Rift Herald. Swap lanes. That's good. Feeding onto... Oh, no. Okay, getting the sign was good, but he didn't respect the engage. Again, TSM's only strong members right now are top and mid. Mid will be able to pretty much 1v1, 1v2 because she can clear very easily. But Haunter is the main threat and needs to be fed gold and be put in a lane to split push against the Cho'Gath consistently. He's 15 CS up, he'll be pretty strong. Fox need to do what they're doing, just less int that's unsafe. Yeah, that's not what they need. They need to control and stop what happened last game, which was Huni dying unnecessarily. They need to consistently help bot lane, just give them space. This isn't giving them space, this is giving TSM scaling space, which is not what they want. Right? It's 0.7k gold lead when it should be like 2. Like, who can 1v2? I mean, who can 1v1 lost? Like, there's nothing on the map, but Lost can still push. He will still get priority in every single thing. They're feeding the wave onto him. Huni is playing sacked still, which is fine, but he needs to play safer. It's a Shen comp with any top laner, any jungler. Trundle will slow you down. This is not what, like, you don't give that away. My forehead. Turning it to Sven. Yeah. And that's how this lane's gonna go. Mount Drake's in 50 seconds. Huni will not have TP. Haunter will. They need to try to get as much vision, to try to set for a pick possibly. Pushing out bot lane's fine, but it's gonna probably bounce back by the time that Drake is up, and then TSM will be able to make a play because they have proper vision. Okay, they send their bot lane mid, and then they send their mid bot, and they're probably gonna try to solo this, but it's not gonna be allowed. Yeah. Alright, so they sent Cho'Gath down, trade tower for Easy Rift mid. So now it's a 3-2 tower lead. It's dead even. Because of Hanser being 30 CS up. Now their only play, because Huni will have DP, is send Huni against Hanser probably, or send Bryce against Hanser, and try to make this Baron play. They do have, Blood Razor on Kindred. It's gonna be fine. Draven's really strong right now. Yeah, they should be able to get a Baron very quickly. They have, even though it's not double, they still can do it. They still can pressure around it. And TSM can't really 5v5. Hanser is not built to 5v5. That should be Fox's call. That's what they're doing. Oh no. Alright. Well, that's fine. That's actually like TSM can now like never do anything proper. Because they have no real initiate. Oh no. I don't really like that. Actually, no, it's fine. Given the time, they burned Flash and ult. Huni gets to push a lane out. They're gonna start Baron fairly soon. Oh, they go for recalls. Air Drake. OP. But yeah, Hanser bot lane is fine. He has TP, but they're setting Rise against him, and Rise has TP. This time, not cleanse. Yeah, GG. Wait, how does that TP even happen? I want to see. So Hanser has no flash, and he's AD. And he counter TPs. They jump on Bjergsen. They kill Bjergsen. And then Hanser is now useless with no flash and no actually like useful ult. Baron. Yeah, Cho'Gath. Oh no, this is that play. Like, come on. That's not Huni's. It's Huni's fault, but it's not 100% Huni's fault. Alright, well, that's gonna help TSM a little bit, but Hanser doesn't have Baron, so really shouldn't help them much. Alright, they're gonna probably play against map number 2 and not let any waves do anything. I don't like Fitz really walks up there, but he trades his ult for a wave that doesn't actually get cleared properly. Now just send Hanser to start Dragon and then send him bot lane. Send anyone that has Baron with him. Draven's still really strong and Rise is still really strong. Cho'Gath is useful. Alright, these force back on this wave because Baron ran out. It's there. How do they win? They probably get next Drake. They clear out waves and try to get a pick because that's like their only thing right now. They have to utilize Kindred, who's on 5 stacks right now, which is actually pretty good, and just somehow win a fight. But they have the tools that they need to stop TSM from successfully killing them with the first round of burst. They need to play around Kindred's ultimate, and they need to play around Smoothie. He has flash right now. Um, yeah, I'm not really sure how like Fox should win this though. TSM's like scaled, but they again have an issue with initiate. The only initiate they really have is like Mythy or Trundle Pillar, which isn't great. QE from Syndra's not really good initiate. Alright. I don't think they're gonna play around Baron, are they? And they are. And they're gonna get it. How does this happen? They're all around Baron Pit. All of them. They leave Baron Pit. And Fox just goes, alright, free Baron, dude. And fucking Fox doesn't even have the vision to do this. They have one word. And this game. Alright. Well, this game should be over. Inhib. 2 lanes pushing. Yeah. Push mid. Get tower. Get inhib. Good job. No one dies still. You don't need anyone to die. Kindred's got mad stacks. Reset. Buy all your gold. Play around Elder. Likely. TSM just needs clear waves. Wait, how does this happen? Alright, TSM goes for a pincer. Smoothie doesn't die. Bjergsen gets no. He doesn't flash ult because Dardoch has. Wait, I want to see this. Yeah, he doesn't ult there, even though he has the balls down to kill Dardoch right there and there. Because yeah, I think he wants to save him for Lost, but not the first time he did it Worlds. So yeah, Fox is gonna get engaged on, play around the waves, TP in, GG, right? And that's this game. Congrats. Same game plan, same exact game plan. The biggest issue is that TSM has like a neutered mid, and they have again no early game at all. They don't have an early game. Their bot lane has lost twice in a row, very early on, and they're winning some fights that they shouldn't. They get a free Baron that they shouldn't. Fox plays over aggressive and loses a lot of engages due to that. Hooney's been playing terribly around a lot of these waves early on, just dies for free, and yeah, same things happen. I like the adaptation here. They ban Ezreal instead of Braum because I know that TSM's going to be like, okay, what happens now? They're going to probably pick Ezreal so that they don't get into that Draven lane. Even though Draven's going to be fine, he won't die. Auto lose early. Ezreal's banned. They pick Swain. Kai'Sa, Pyke. I mean, alright, so this is the way that the comp goes. They throw 3 different bans at mid. Akali, you have Akali, you have LeBlanc, Yasuo, and TSM also banned Ryze and Zillion and Syndra. Total of 6 bans, 7 if you count Varus, but I don't. Fox does pick up Braum, and the Swain Pyke counter pick is fine because Swain plays fine into Braum because he just will E anyway and pull him in. And if he gets a stun on multiple people, that's how it's done. The Pyke lane is gonna help exacerbate that even more because it's like a really strong synergistic lane, and in mid and late game, if they get a pull, they're able to do a lot with it. This should cover their early struggles, but Fox responds with, okay, you're going to take a lane that doesn't scale as much as it should for you to succeed, and they will take the Kai'Sa instead. Good at 2 items, and Lost has been outperforming Sven in the laning phase the entire game, for first and second game, and honestly, like even in late game fights. Ari really strong against Zir because you will be able to have priority early on. You will be able to dash out of certain situations, so if he goes ease on you, you're able to respond. They're able to obviously add a large layer of CC that they had in prior games as well, and they're able to use it to, again, play around their strengths of early to mid game transitions, help with their picks. They've been very successful with their picks. And again, Kindred into Trundle. Again, auto, easy clear, scales a bit better. Will have a stronger mid game. The Rumble that I really like because TSM is fairly immobile, right? It's not a lot of dashes, not a lot of movement speed on them, right? And it's one single. Well, it's double AD, but they don't have to worry too much. They're not really. They don't have to play tank in this situation, and they don't probably want to play Cho'Gath anymore because of what happened the first 2 games. Yeah, that's their whole goal. Now Fox's bot lane needs to scale and just needs to propel their top lane forward, which that 2v2 they win, and then the 2v2 they win mid as well. The thing is that the Trundle pillar into Swain E, so they need to cover their bot lane, because Grig's gonna be able to pressure bot, but Fox is gonna be able to pressure top, and will still win the full engage prior to 6. After 6 is very problematic for Fox in bot lane. All right, bot side start for Fox, top side start for TSM. Darius going for heavy XP clear, which is pretty good for him. He's not going to take top scuttle yet because he wants to wait till it resets and turns into the other scuttle. Bot lane was winning early, but are able to collect a wave. Again, pressuring topside, covering topside. He gets a scuttle, he's going to get a sign. Trundle's probably going to try to help dive this, and what's going to happen is that Fox is probably going to respond to that top lane play. Unless he doesn't want to go down there, which he should. Yep. Fox need to know that. They should know that, but we'll see. It's going to be like E into Pike Q. Or not. But yeah, Fox plays around it well, though. They'll be reset. Early Drake, maybe? No. What was the ping for? Yeah. Kindred's gonna be pretty ahead on tempo for EXP because of the early Krugs take and then the early reset for Krugs. Okay, Scuttle. They're gonna start on Infernal. I don't really like them giving away. They have pressure bot, so a lot of pressure bot. So top lane's winning for Fox for the first time, pretty much a series. Lost is winning against, losing against Sven. Now, what's the plan for TSM? Cover their lanes, help bot continue pushing their lead, and Haunter should be fine. He's probably going to build like a Hex Drink or something like that. Fox's whole play is help Kindred scale to, I think, 6, then go for, more wild plays. That's what they're going to be able to do. Demonte is probably going to be able to roam quicker than Azir will. TP. Wait, who TPs? This is Ven. Just call it off. Is it Braum? Oh, Braum TPs. Okay. I was wondering because I didn't see it on Spellbook. Alright. Top's winning still. Again, jungle has tempo, can push his lead. Top lane's winning, stronger top side and earlier scaling top side. Demonte can do more than Bjergsen can right now. Yeah, pushing their lead further. Grig has been pretty useless for a lot of the game, but Fox has been playing around letting that happen, but he should be pressuring this tower. Like, he has nothing to take. But because mid is priority, like, I don't get that as much as, well, he shouldn't be afraid to make this aggressive play. He shouldn't, because Huni is the only one to TP on TSM, and the issue is that, guess what? Huni's really low, has an ultimate. Like, this is where you need to pressure. Like TSM needs to be calling for dive the spot, dive the spot, dive the spot, dive the spot. But they just lose that for free. Like, they're just gonna, like, it's gonna be a lead bot, but Fox looks at it with complete vision now to protect bot side. Kindred's gonna keep pressuring Gray because he's so ahead. Yeah, no, Fox just needs to be able to now facilitate bot lanes, push. They probably won't get mid early on, but with the help of Kindred, they will be pretty fine. They have Rift Herald for whatever they want. Yeah, focusing on helping their bot lane, utilizing their Rumble. Demonte dies though. See, like, that's the problem. Fox goes to Raj and TSM just wins by their team fighting. Like, this is not a 1-for-3 that should happen, but still a gold lead due to insanely ahead top lane. You're gonna target the wrong character. Where they use Rift. Oh no, it expires. Okay, that was dumb. If they threw Rift mid, that actually would have been great for them. Or even using it, but they just didn't. Yeah. They just kind of threw a lot of their lead. But they should be fine. They do out team fight early on. Jungle is still insanely ahead. Just need to play around that. Help Kaiser scale. TSM have stronger team fighting through Swain, but Azir is pretty weak. Nar's pretty weak. Fox should be fine in any situation unless one that Swain gets the lead. Like here. Or not. It's 1-for-1, but yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Swain gets the lead, it's problematic. But Swain doesn't get the lead, then great. Alright, TSM's playing smart. Now TSM just needs to focus on getting mid-scaled, keep using Swain around Trundle, because they will literally kill anyone. Pike's nearby, even greater. They can pressure Baron, but they have triple Drakes. But the problem is they have no one to tank Baron that well, other than Grig, and Grig's on one item in a chain vest. Although they have a really fast Baron. Alright. Hunter. With like, this is not a game TSM should lose with the way it's going. At least for them in terms of like the Swain strength that happened. But the issue was that they're not playing around their communication very well, it doesn't seem. Like, they should be pressuring around Baron a lot more. I think even team fight's gonna be terrible for them though, because they have no true attack damage. Not consistent true attack damage. Alright, flank, and Swain doesn't get to lead a fight for the first time. Pressure Baron, get Baron, kill him. But yeah, as I said, if Swain doesn't get to lead the fight, that's the issue. And Fox learned to play around that. They're, like, I guess, recouped what they were supposed to do. But because of TSM's specific plays that they're doing, they're running themselves into a hole. They target Swain. That's it. Games, like, this is it. Games at this point, game's over for a whole 2 minutes. They forfeit 2 towers and probably 3. TSM has pretty much gotten to a screeching halt, because the whole thing is that they needed to help Azir scale, but they're not. He has 2.5 items, and Nar is not effectively split pushing. Fox is able to out pressure yet again. Like, that's the rich part of Fox's comp. They played pick composition. They're able to effectively get picks or very close to picks to stop TSM from being able to be effective on their champions. Alright, they only got 2 towers from that one push, but now that they have Huni, they're going to force around the choke point. This is it. This is all they want. Their top lane, they have it even. Mid inhibitor matters, but doesn't matter too much for them right now. All they need to do is play around their strengths, which is obviously the pick with Ahri, with Rumble ult, and then you have Smoothie to block a lot of the incoming attacks from Swain. It's gonna not do too much, but it's gonna help cover for Kai'Sa and possibly Ahri on a flank. And they do have solid initiate here, and this is the choke point that they want to play around. So yeah, you can't fight me here, and that's the joy of the Kindred pick for them. Like, Dardoch's playing out of his mind. Lost his 6-0-6 and felt like he was invisible, but again, all they need to do, follow up on that. Echofox still has a stronger early game, still has a stronger mid game, just needs to keep playing it properly, and they're fine. But they forget about something in this game, I think. I only saw the draft for this game. Alright, same drafts. Brahms banned from TSM. I don't know what they're doing with the third ban. Alright, what I don't like here, although like okay, so for Fox they believe that Kindred I think loses against Sejuani. I think that's what they believe for them. They go for the Trundle, Tom Kench, because Tom Kench is now unbanned. They go for the Irelia and Kai'Sa, so they're going back to the game one plan, the only one that won for them. But Fox doesn't have as much like scaling. I don't know. I don't really like Trundle here. But Trundle does beat Sejuani early on, although Sejuani is going to be more effective in team fights. Shen ban, All-Star ban, so that frees up Cho'Gath pick if they want to. That frees up their bot lane if they want to. But TSM banned Draven, so. Utility AD carry, and then the Lucian I really don't like. Even though they believe that he'll have priority mid, problem is that what will it matter? Like, what will it matter? Like, I think they believe like the Rise counter pick against Rumble is gonna be fine, which is okay. Yeah, like you could say that. But the reason why you won game one, you were winning the early game in game one was because you were able to have pressure, with CC in mid, and this 2v2 is not really that great. I don't believe. It's actually better for TSM, this 2v2. Because you have like a pushing bot does not mean that you're going to be 100% successful. Right, Nami. So now you're going to have fine bot lane. It's not necessarily pushing, it's double range into ranged melee, although Smithy's Tom Kent is probably fine. Let's see what happens in these lanes. Rise Rumble, I actually don't know who wins that in push, but I'm assuming it's Rise. Trundle, Sejuani. Trundle has more tempo early, can make more plays early, but as the game goes longer, Trundle's going to be more screwed, I believe. Lucian against Irelia, it's just a ranged melee matchup, which is like good typically for the ranged, and he will have priority, but the issue is that they do, in my opinion, lose 2v2 due to the synergy between their champions and the dyssynergy between their champions. Like they don't really help each other much, like at all. Yeah, and then bot lane, like probably early wave, they clear faster, but they will be able to sustain themselves, and they probably want to hold the lane at the middle because they're on red side. They have no reason to need to push. In this lane, their scaling lane, and Trundle will not be able to be truly successful if they like crescent their wave, which is what they're able to do. By the bottom river, I'll show you in a sec. So that's the call for TSM. Fox just wants to push out bot lane, mid lane, and try and push out top lane and try to get Dardoch to zone Grig out of the game, zone Grig out of resources, and try to help push their advantage even further. Although I do think this is biting off way more than you can chew because you're not actually stopping Bjergsen from being successful because you're actually giving him a matchup mid that he probably prefers. Also, I don't like mid with no TP for Fox. Even though Ari didn't have TP, I don't think. Yeah, just covering for top sides because bot lane's gonna be evil. They're gonna they're gonna crescent here. This is where they're gonna. This is their lovely spot for their wave. But yeah, this mid's going exactly as I expect. Like disrespectful. Just take the easy win. It's not easy win, but yeah, they don't want to push. You see, they know that Trundle can just be bot, but if they crescent, then they're fine. No, they didn't. He pushed too far on that minion, but yeah. If they crescent, they're fine. They can't get ganked. They can't. There's no way for them to initiate prior to 6 without a trundle pillar and then like crazy flashes, but even that is flash for exhaust, but not great. Not great, Sven. Mid lane's fucked. This game's done for mid because he like, oh yeah, I can have pressure, but it's not really that great. He's done 4 CS in a melee range matchup. Yeah, they're gonna try to crash this wave in a sec. They're probably gonna try to send Grig down there. Oh no, they don't. Just let him freeze. Because they have DP, yeah. Fox understand why they're pushing. Although I don't really agree with what Grig is doing here. The word is here protect mid, but this is actually pretty bad. Yeah. Let's see what happens 2v2. Are they gonna do it? They're not gonna do it. They get Scuttle. It's a third of a kill. Fourth of first blood. Nothing's gonna happen here. What are you doing? Yeah, mid priority tempo counterplay on the other side of the map. If Grig doesn't show top, that doesn't happen. Don't tell me this is another first tower. It's not. Close though. Top is winning. Like, it's not a matchup that kill will like completely swing. You just need to protect your laners. But yeah, it seems like they don't understand what they need to do. It's different points of the game. Like they're it seems like everyone on TSM is trying to play their like own game at certain points, but they're just succeeding due to Fox being over aggressive. Switch lanes again because they lost the lane for the third game in a row, fourth game in a row. But it's still not good for them. It really is very strong for what you should be. Yep. Good job. This is what would have stopped that? Another champion that has CC. That is the problem with this. Like this game, I don't. Like this is a game that Fox like didn't understand what helps them win in the 2v2, and that's crucial against Bjergsen. Wait, what did I miss? Dardoch with the almost kill on Grig. Even if he gets it won't matter that much. Demonte pushing in mid. But Bjergsen can just jump on him. See if chases him out. Playing safe because they have no vision. They do have vision, but it's hard to see. They're not able to be. They want to wait till Bjergsen is Triforce, and then once Hunter is ult, which he does. But yeah, Fox just needs to push out lanes, play around Drake if they want, because Trundle can just solo it whenever he wants. They have proper vision to cover for Drake at this point, in my opinion, although I would want to ward here. And what else? Alright, they're resetting. It's okay. Are they setting up for Drake? They can't Rift Herald, but there's giveaway Drake. Alright, well. That was not the right play from Fox, in my opinion. But TSM wants to pressure these things due to the fact that, again, Aurelia now has Triforce, Stormrazor, and Kai'Sa against Duborks. And TSM will probably win team fights due to the fact that Fox have no Kindred ultimate to save them from their rash decision making at times. And then in addition, they didn't really pick the best champions to stop Bjergsen, because they have actually nothing that stops Bjergsen. What stopped Bjergsen there? What stopped Bjergsen here? Nothing! You're playing over aggressive when you're giving him room. He's the only champion you need to play around right now. Like, if you get this kill, what, you blew your Tom Kenchel and it's not going to come up in time. Rise is an FTP. Like, why are you going for this fight? So Fox, again, their whole goal right now is to cover for their mistakes with Irelia. They need to respect that she's the strong champion that will come and kill them in any situation that they want. So they push out side lanes with Rise because it's a winning matchup against Rumble apparently for them. Lucian just needs to collect waves and probably hit his 2-item spike, and then they can fight then. Because he'll be a little bit tankier, he'll have a lot more armor shred, which is pretty important, and then Trundles will be able to help assist with the armor shred. Ashe will be able to initiate with arrow, but they just need to push out waves properly and safely when they have proper vision. And yeah, that's actually, like, that's fine. Maybe they saw it and they saw the play coming, but pretty close to bad. Like, they don't get anything off that. They just get gold onto Ashe. And Quick does it. He's not that great anyway. It's not the right time for them to fight yet. But Rise pushing on the side lane constantly. That was like a decent pick for them in the top lane and the side lane. Although I don't know if they would need Rise, but I guess it's because they believe that it has a free lane into the Rumble, and that's why. He's the only reason that Fox are in this game right now. It's not the Lucian. I think Lucian was pretty bad because he's not getting enough gold. Alright, what happens here? Bites off more, you can chew again. Nothing to stop Aurelia? Actually, no. 3 people stop Aurelia. That's more gold onto the already Triforce Aurelia that's gonna have an item soon. And TSM can't play around Baron. TSM just needs to scale bot lane. Aurelia provides them with the early game pressure to do so. Same game plans for the most part. Huge wave for Bjerg. But the double pushing lanes wards them off. They need to clear. Get vision. It's fine. What can they do here? Can they get Baron? I don't think it's a safe Baron. Oh no. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. And now it's Baron. Like, this game again. Like, the winning game plan for Fox went away when they took a non CC pressuring mid that, although will have priority and might have tempo early on, that's not your goal. Your goal is to inhibit Bjergsen. Because Bjergsen's the player they need to watch out for. Like, the models point to this that I've done, so. Yeah, it's done. They're gonna get more kills, push out more lanes. And now the Rise pick becomes more useless for them. Because even though they have Rise, it doesn't help because they have a single true tank opposition, and he's not even a really strong tank right now. because Irelia will just kill them all. Because the Sejuani synergy as well. Like, there isn't as much to limit. And you do have the issue with no engage coming in. They have no engage tools. Yeah, okay. So initiate happens and then they lose that. Alright, game 5, this is where Haunter plays Jace. Let me just talk about adaptations. So the adaptation in the draft for TSM was to take away the power picks of bot lane that Fox had in the Draven in the second round draft. They don't mind the Draven that much. I think they literally will just... they realize that Ryze was a huge issue for them. But the Fox team understands that they do need a CCing possible mid. But so LeBlanc's played by TSM, which is not great due to the bans of GP and Fizz. Let me just see everything. The Irelia ban from Fox is fine, because that's an early game champion that TSM played. What did I change from TSM? I think the Ryze ban is pretty good. Braum ban's fine. Varus ban is still important. If they don't ban that, it's really bad. Cho'Gath Rumble. So they don't trust the Rumble pick. They don't trust the Cho'Gath pick. They want to take him away from Huni because they want to first pick LeBlanc because of the Fizz ban, Kali ban, Irelia ban, Ryze ban. They believe that nothing will stop LeBlanc, which Galio is played into. Zyrcon bot lane, pretty strong, but because they dropped an Ezreal ban, Sven can play Ezreal. I don't really like the Sejuani in this comp too much, but it would help with the Jace, because melee and melee. Fox wants to go for a split push again, but let's see. I don't really believe that their bot lane wins, because Leona is technically a counter to Rakan. The Kindred I like. Kindred first pick I like. So let's talk about the win conditions. Win condition for TSM, probably be ahead in bot lane. I don't know the 2v2 metas 100%, but I'm pretty sure this bot lane is fine for Sven and Mithy as a bot lane. Lost and Smoothie. Lost does not play much Xayah. He's never had much success in the champion. I'm kind of surprised they didn't put him on like Tristana. But I guess I think it's free lane. It's scale on to Kindred pick for Fox. Really, really good. Wins against Sejuani early. Although I wonder why they didn't do it last game. They don't win topside though, because Cannon's counterpicked by Jace pretty hard. Although they believe that they can probably do like a... They put engage on their comp. They believe that's the problem that happened last game, I think. They believe they can win side lane, even in a somewhat shitty matchup with a Kennen. Like, if they get into this Jace matchup. They banned the GP about it. I don't know why they banned Fizz. I don't think they were going to play Zoe, so... But yeah. Topside wins for TSM, bot lanes even / winning for TSM. Mid lane, Galio will be able to sustain himself. I don't think it's a losing lane, but the problem is that LeBlanc will probably be able to roam earlier on. And will he have to take cleanse? I don't know if he'll have to take cleanse, but Galio will be able to set up a lot more engaged plays. Yeah, they have a lot more engaged than TSM does. Even though, like, the problem is that you have a Galio, Kennen, and Dracana. In this comp, I believe that Zaya and Kindred need to stick together. If they stick together, then they're safe. They're fine. Where are they gonna start? Probably bot side and top side. Actually, no, bot side and bot side. No, bot side and top side. He's gonna go for Krugs. Yeah, he's gonna go for Krugs. Alright, so they both go for Krugs. It's gonna be him going for Scuttle because I see him on the ward. Monte's early priority because it's Galio. Brings his mana to push. You're gonna wait for this sign to come up. They're gonna take it. He's gonna have 2 marks. Yerkson is out playing Demonte. Gets in earlier recall. But Demonte is TP, so. It's really bad. Good job, Hanser. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. You can't do that. Alright, so now what happens? Hanser has a pretty huge lead, flash or flash, so who needs flashless? Giovanni has flash, so Giovanni's gonna have ult soon. The second that Hanser W RQ combo, so he gets the triple auto tech. So Giovanni just procs your E, and then he's insta stunned for 2 days. That's how that's gonna go. LeBlanc can roam. Galio's gonna try to protect, but it won't matter. He's gonna do the combo. He doesn't want to let him. Oh, almost. It's actually pretty bad for TSM. Are they gonna dive top? Oh yeah, this is the third I play. So that's good for Monster, and he understands how his champions for them here. Close, but no cigar. Alright. Dive is smart, but overzealous. Galio gets his ult off, they don't get the kill, and then they misplay here. How many stacks does Dark have? 4? But yeah, winning jungle matchup, losing top side, winning, losing bot side for Fox. Even mid. Blanc will always be able to outrun though. She's fairly strong. They suddenly went up top. Yeah. That's smart. They only had 1 wave to play off of. Alright, so let's go here. Let's look at what the calls are. So Fox, again, they want to propel their jungler forward. They want to help cover for their top side. and have bot side be allowed to scale. Gallia will try his best to protect Cannon as much as possible. He did prior, but Haunter is still stronger. He just got his like 2 piece items that he needs, and Greg will be able to help more in a gank in terms of CC, but the issue is that in terms of damage, Kindred is pretty huge. 25 CS up, 1-0, 4 stacks. The issue is that as the game goes longer, as long as TSM is able to repel Fox's engage, they should be fine. 1-4, 1-3-1, because the Blanc's gonna be stronger in side lane. At least should be stronger in side lane. Yeah, but he's just there to cover. 2-ish and Drakes is pretty bad for Fox. What are they gonna do? They get it. Okay. Greg could not do anything. Left. That's a decent decision, but not great. He's going AP for team fight because that's how he believes they win, which is fine. That's how they win. They just need to play around Hunter, yeah. Yeah, in a siege situation, Fox is pretty fucked though. Because JCQ or Q, Ezreal 20 Qs, Bjergsen, if he ever has an opportunity, and then Myth, you can always initiate once they're low enough. And it won't matter if they have Galio out on one target or Kindred ult, because they'll constantly poke him out, and they will never hard initiate in the wrong situation. Oh, that's what happened. He fucked up. Alright, well. Wow, Bjergsen. What a fucking god. I didn't even see where he went, but yeah. Playing around Hanser. That's this game. Playing around Hanser, rotate, he'll block up. Bot lane's just gonna be fine. Self-sufficient no matter what. They should never die. Bot lane should never die. They have flashes up. And it's against double cleanse, like. Infernal's huge for TSM. Fox let them get it because they're behind, but that's really bad. Try to use the block as try to use Dardic as much as possible, but it's kind of hard because Bjergsen's on LeBlanc. Fox in this scenario, you have ults and flashes. I mean, they don't have ult on Galio, but if they did, because they wasted up there, they need to be able to go for some sort of team fight. I mean, I guess they killed Ezreal prior, but I missed it. But yeah, they just need to keep helping Hanser. Hanser's gotten, what, 2 towers already by himself? 3 towers down, though. Missed out on the mid play. Yeah, that's what I was talking about for the most part. Play with the right initiate, overstep, and they lose. TSM just needs to poke. They have engage. How do they even start this engage? Hunter's bot out pushing. They go for another mark. Yeah, like the strongest character for TSM is in here. Mythy goes in too far. They jump in on Smithy, on Sven. They don't even need ultis for that. But if Hunter's there, it's a completely different story. He's not. He doesn't need to be there necessarily. They go for Baron. When you see, like, when Hunter's there, TSM just need to use him to effectively stop them from being able to do anything. Where does this happen? You're right here. They try to pressure, but they can't. Even if Greek dies there, it doesn't matter. Like, look how much damage Greek Hunter does to Smoothie. He's actually covering 1v4 when he died for nothing because of Hunter being there. And Hunter's he's literally 2.5 items. No one else is on 2.5 items except for Dardock. Actually, no. Mid and AD, but top isn't at all. Bot's on no armor. There's no armor on there at all. He has lethality. He has triple items now. He's gonna push up bot wave from mid siege. Yep. He's gonna know this. Just get pressure. They have control over Baron pit now. Clear all the wards. Anytime they enter, they can just poke him out. Bjergsen has banshees, so no initiate will ever work on him. Pushes a bot, goes back to mid. Do his pushing. Oh, he's not even gonna go back mid. He's just gonna wait. So he thinks he wins. No, he kind of pressures him out off the wave. So now he has another push. Run out to Baron. Fox want to reset, but they can't. And this is where they can pressure Baron actually. Do they? Oh, lost. Yeah, but like this is what I'm talking about. They get fucking poked out. They can't fight. Like, look what happens. Like, Fox needs to be able to team fight, but TSM don't let them have that opportunity. Look at the control that happens. So, right before, so full health on everybody. TSM's grouped, easy to initiate on. Smoothie has ultimate. He has flash. He wants to go in here. Grig throws ult to slow them down, and then here's where I think it's an EQ comes in. No, Leona ult, and then Ezreal ult in the choke. They're not able to get anything done, and because of the initiate going to waste, Smoothie does get the flash in. It doesn't do enough. Right, it gets what, a kill on Leona. Okay, but it isn't like that's nothing that they can do. Baron's theirs. They outdrafted pretty hard due to the smart poke, and then counter engage from the Leona is actually really, really good. So once Rakan goes in, his team can't go in. Pressure on towers. Fox had nothing to play with this game other than a good initiate, but TSM's not gonna let him do it. They want Smoothie to initiate, but he'll just stun the team. Stunning him doesn't matter because he has cleanse. They have two pushing sides, pressure tower, just keep poking. Yeah, you see every time the call from TSM is going to be when Rakan engages in, Leona ults them, and then Fox's entire comp that they built for team fighting, which is not necessarily like what they like. It's against a scaling team. It's a siege comp, like right here. Like he tries flash, lost flashes forward to dodge the Leona ult, but they just puts him in harm's way, and now triple inhib into infernal into probably game, because they're just gonna 6v5 with the GG. TSM win. Yeah, that's it. But what did we learn? TSM's draft focuses were simple. Fox had a very linear strategy that they used to win. They botched it in game 4 when they actually had the opportunity to play into their strengths, but they didn't because of the botched mid matchup. Let's TSM scale ahead. Let's TSM be successful. And this is very problematic for Fox's success in this game. What they wanted to do to win was not what they did. Even though I know this is a CG thing, if CG was against TSM, they probably are a better matchup overall. Jungler is probably weaker, but mid is stronger. Bot lane's even and probably can play Draven. I think Apollo's a Draven player, but even if not, you do have Piglet, Met, and Moon to play off of, although I don't know if you want to. I mean, Piglet, Vulcan, and Moon, but I don't know if you want to do that. And now that you have Sion being able to be played top, I'm surprised that Echo Fox did not do that in game 5. If they played Sion, I think they would be fine, but they didn't. They played the Kennen. I think Sion would have been perfect here. I think Sion would be a pick that would actually upset the series a lot more. And you'll probably see it later on in playoffs from like Impact and Licorice. But yeah, that's the issue of this game. They had no way to stop all the poke. Haunter got ahead early. Yeah, that's really it. Thanks for watching, and please let me know what happens when possible. Thanks.